everybody, it's Sally from Sally Stampers. Thank you for joining me today. Today we're talking kits, card kits to be precise. In our spring summer catalogue we have two beautiful kits. We have the Lots of Happy card kit, which is this one. Absolutely beautiful, involves a little bit of watercolour pencil colouring, and it is just beautiful. And then we have the perennial birthday kit, which is this one, and as you can see, this one comes in a stunning box that you can then add your month cards to, put your birthdays in so you've got them all ready, and these are the cards, so slightly different. So I'm just going to have a quick run through and a quick chat with you about them. I'm not going to make any up, simply because for these ones it will take me quite a while because of the colouring. But just a couple of pointers that myself and other people have picked up on. But as I say, these are really good fun. They're great value for money. They're on page 15. Well, this one is on page 15 of the spring summer catalogue, and you obviously get the little tiny stamp set with it to use, and the watercolour pencils and a block and a little black ink spot of black ink. And then the birthday one is over the page on pages 16 and 17, and obviously you get the full kit here, but the stamp set is separate, and obviously then you need to add your own inks. It all depends. They're both amazing. Excuse me. So I'm just going to quickly open the page again. So this one makes 20 cards. If I just move this to one side just for a moment, and you can see what you get. So obviously I've still only made up the ones. It's actually a little job for this weekend that I'm going to sit and enjoy some time, just what I call mindless crafting. I don't have to think about designing the layout or, you know, what colours to use, because it's all done for me. So you get your card blanks. So again, 4 different sizes, beautiful, and that is Sahara sand as well. Then you get, obviously you get envelopes that fit them all. This is your stamp set. Let me just use this bit of white, which I actually did forget to put on my card, I have to confess. But as you can see, you get the sentiments that I've used on all of my cards. And you also get 2 flowers. So you can, if you wanted to, add an extra little flower or stamp something just off, entirely up to you. But obviously once you've got this, you can reuse them. I've put my block away because I actually use them for my crafting classes. But here's your little ink spot, absolutely perfect. Again, I don't use this because I have got black ink. Again, I save these for my classes. They are perfect. So you get your ink, you get your ribbon, and this is the ombre ribbon, which I have to confess I haven't bought because I wasn't keen on it. Ombre doesn't do a great deal for me, but when I actually saw this ribbon, I thought, you know, actually I do really like that, and it looks really nice on the cards too. So on this one I've put the darker shades together in the centre, and then it obviously fades lighter to the top and bottom. This one I did them both the same way, so dark to light, dark to light. Again, excuse me, you can do it however you like. We then have our watercolour pencils. 2 of the pencils in this kit cannot be purchased separately, and that is the Flirty Flamingo and the Lemon Lime Twist. So those 2 cannot be purchased within the watercolour pencils kit. These are only for this one. Now whether they'll come into our into our new annual catalogue and we have another set of watercolour pencils, I don't know, but really good. And then obviously you just get all the parts that you need to make up your card. So here's the vellum, the gold banners, some more vellum, and then here are all the other parts, as you can see, to your kit. Let me just pull these out because I just want to grab this. So all the parts that you need are in there. Pop these back in. And these are the bits that you colour, and as you can see they come on a sheet. One sheet does all 5 cards. Just obviously take your time when you're separating them, because they may just get, like this one, caught up. So you simply just pop them out. if you've got little bits where they've come from, you can either use a nail file, or what I generally do is I just get my scissors very carefully and I just run them down the side, just cutting off any of the bits, so they just pop out. Now this one in particular, as you can see on the instruction book, if I flip it open, it gives you close-up pictures. It tells you to add it that way. Now, I don't know about you or me, but whenever I've done a card, I don't generally stick it on a point because it won't stand. It tilts and rocks. So you can still put it that way. Obviously your banner goes sideways, but you can't actually tell once your card's front's on and you've got your banner and everything else. You can't tell that that is there unless, like me, you know and you can see a gap, but generally no, nobody will tell. So that's one tip, to make sure that you turn it round, because that won't stand straight. And my brain's gone for a moment, but there was another one and I can't remember which one it was now. It might actually be in the other kit, I think it is. But yes, so that is my advice. Just, you know, look at your picture. They are numbered. So for example, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So 1, stamp in black ink. 2, watercolour. 3, a deer. 4, a deer vellum. 5, a deer background. 6, a deer ribbon. Well, obviously, you're not going to adhere the vellum leaves before you adhere the background. So just have a look, read through, and then see what order you need to put them in. And if it helps, you know, just sort of lie them out. So for example, if you had vellum and one of these, you'd put that, then you'd put your card piece, then you'd put your vellum, and then maybe put your ribbon or twine or whatever, just so that it's in the right order, so you pick it up and you know to adhere it that way. That's the best way I can advise to do it. So that's that beautiful kit, and like I said, I think it is perfect. You don't have to stick with the sentiments that Stampin' Up have added, so just bringing this back in again, so you don't have to stick with thank you or I'm always here for you. If you wanted to make that card, you could still add the thank you, or you could do this one, or the birthday one. You could do the birthday one on all of them, so that you've got a complete pack of birthday cards. You could always then put them in this box with the other kit and you've got, you know, another 20 birthday cards to hand. So that's those ones. And this beautiful kit, like I said, the most stunning box. It's really tough and hard. It's not a flimsy box at all. You get your envelopes, you get the cards, and it's even got the date spaces here so that you can write brother's birthday or mum's birthday or whatever on each section. You get all the way up to December, obviously. This is all of the kit that you get. I'm just going to pop that down there. So where did it go? Put them to the bottom. So you also get it in French and I believe German. Not very good with my languages, I'm afraid. But yes, so you get 3 options, which is great. And obviously these little shiny bits are the bits that go on the card. So there's the tassels for the balloon, and there's the little spots that go on that flower. So again, beautiful cards that you get with this one. So birthday cards complete, which is obviously it needs to be if it's a birthday kit, and you get 16 cards in this kit. I still think that's great. You still gives you an idea, but obviously you get a separate stamp, and this gives you a lot more versatility. So if you wanted to recreate any of these stamps, for example this one, you could stamp your background and colour it in with the blends. You could use watercolour pencils. You could do anything. You can recreate pretty much all of these images because you've got everything on here. You've got all the sentiments and beautiful flowers, leaves and bits to go with it. So it is a really good stamp set. Again, so we've got the four cards. This one is a bit of a fiddle with the bow and the twine, but you know, I did it, so if I can do it, most people can do it. Really pretty. Again, just add in ribbon, twine. That one actually goes all the way round and you just tie the bow to the side. Beautiful, quick and simple. Again with this one, you just have your pre-cut bit here, your pre-cut element here that you just stick on, ribbon, stamp your sentiment onto your banner and add some twine, and that's your card made up. Now the only thing, and I remembered now which one it was, and it's this beautiful card here that I do actually think is lovely. I think it may be close to being one of my favourites out of the 4, because I just think it's so simple yet lovely, and I think it's this bit that I like. But again, going into your instructions, it tells you at the bottom here steps, and then it gives you, hoping that focuses, there we go. So today blooms card, happy birthday card, birthday cheers, happy birthday. So it's 2 happy birthday cards. This is one of them. This one to the right, it says remove excess pieces from white rectangle. So we know that that is the instructions for this card, because you have to remove all the bits in between here before you adhere it. So you want this one to the left, which is this happy birthday card. Now, again, foolishly, I didn't read before I started because I was so keen to get it done. Started to read this, and it says fold your ribbon in half, it gives you the length, and adhere to the card base using glue dots. Me being clever thought, oh okay, because it shows you the picture of you adhering it to the back of the tag, I did that. And then the second step says, oh, and it does say figure 1, which is this one. So I did that, and then it says stamp on the tag. Well, you can't stamp on the tag once you've got the ribbon stuck to the back, because it's not an even surface and it makes a mess. So yes, I did have to take my ribbon off, put it on my silicone mat because I'd got adhesive on the back, do my stamping and then restick it. So again, learning from my mistake, either adhere it to your card base, not to the tag, or do your stamping and then adhere it all. Best tip. Don't do what I did and mess it all up. Because the other thing is as well, is once you start pulling, if you rip this, there isn't a spare. So it's almost ruined a card unless you can sort of make and mess around with something to alter it. Which I'm sure you could. Nobody would know that this is one of a kit that are all the same. But it's still a lesson I learned. So, like I said, beautiful kits, beautiful cards. I can't really give any reason why you wouldn't want to make these up. They are just so beautiful. And like I said, I've had an absolute blast making these, and I will certainly be making the rest of them up when I get a bit of a downtime this weekend. Hopefully, hopefully a bit of quiet me time for, just as I call it, mindless crafting. Just making these up, following the instructions, but maybe reading them first. So I hope that's been help to you guys. Remember, this card, beautiful card, needs to be that way on if you actually want it to stand. As I said, it's not going to stand up that way, so it has to then be on a slant. It just doesn't work, does it? It needs to be that way. And this one, whoops, this one, make sure that you stamp before you adhere anything. Quite simple. And then just enjoy colouring and just doing whatever you want. One little thing I did forget to mention, on these 2 cards, I did actually use a blender pen to obviously blend in the colours of the pencils. This one I didn't. So if I put these 2 together, and granted I did use a different colour, but you can see that this one isn't as vibrant, I would say, as this one, because I didn't use my blender pen, but I think I will be using it on the rest. But as I say, great quick and easy tip. The link for these kits will be on my blog post. You just need to click on the link for my blog below, or you can click on the shop. Hope you've had a great day, guys, and I hope you have a great week. Hope to see you all again soon. Bye.